Hi everyone. This is a list review of two lists sent to me by Tobias Alexander from Germany. And he is asking for a review and for maybe some feedback on his lists. Um, this first one that I'm going to talk you through was taken to a tournament, as I understand it. And the second one is his improved version of it. So I'm just going to talk you through the lists, and as I do that, I will give my usual commentary. Um, So it's a 13 order dice list, 999 points. 13 order dice is pretty neat. I think most good competitive lists should be around 13, 14, 15. That sort of ball game, that's where I think you should be at. It has a second lieutenant with an extra dude. I like this. I have seen good players from Germany. They have taught me to use an extra man, so you have 2 man extra, a 3 man team where it sort of becomes a small infantry unit that can really dish out some damage because you get those free assault rifles and stuff. That's pretty good. But I also like it like this. It's a question of how much tax you're going to pay, how much you're going to use your lieutenant or not. Then Herr Grenadiers, and you have Tobias has 4 unit of Herr Grenadiers. 2 of them are 8 man units, and 2 of them are 7 man units. Now, the 8 man units have 1 Panzerfaust, and the 7 man units also have 1 Panzerfaust. All of them have rifles, so they're pretty similar. They're all regulars, so quite a lot of infantry in this list. 4 units of regulars. One thing that I will say is that 7 man regulars is pretty small. You're going to find that you will quite often get shot up, and if you're going to go small, then you might as well go 5 man, and then make them inexperienced shirkers, whatever, just to save the points. I don't know how you did in the tournament that you attended, but there is a min-maxing element to playing bold action as well. At least if you're going to play it competitively, right? I like the Panzerfausts. Panzerfausts are good. 1 Panzerfaust is especially good because it will scare away stuff. Um, but the infantry itself is not very scary. They will dish out pins, but they will not kill a lot. Um, I would even consider just charging them down, killing them. So, and we have a Storm Pioneer. Storm Pioneers are really good, and the way Tobias has decked these out, they're even better. He has 3 rifles, 3 SMGs, 1 flamethrower, 2 Panzerfausts. So a Death Star unit, um, and quite a big unit as well, right? Because he has 7 men, veterans. That's a hefty unit, and with 4 of them, 3 of them having submachine guns, they also have tough fighters, so you don't want to charge them. You don't want to get too close because then you'll be flamethrowered. This has some heft, and 2 Panzerfausts. They can also hunt stuff. I am guessing that Tobias has something to push them up in a truck, maybe, or a half track. A heavy mortar. I will say that the heavy mortar is very good, and when it hits, it does hit very hard. I've had whole units of Gurkhas being removed by a heavy mortar, but it's pretty expensive. You can get almost the same bang for your bucks with a medium mortar, inexperienced even, um, to save the points. Sniper team regular, I like it. Wolfgarat, the Howling Cow. The Howling Cow is very, very good, very competitive. I would normally not go with multiple Howling Cows, multiple rocket launchers, just because that becomes gimmicky. But one is very good at dividing up the enemy, making sure that they don't focus their forces in one point. The only thing I would say is that if you're dividing up the enemy, if you're splitting him up, if you're encouraging him to split up, you also need to have something to push and hit that one part that gets split off from the rest, right? There's a horse-drawn limber, pretty cheap. I don't see any reason why you would buy this regular. just go inexperienced. There's no reason. I mean, yes, you can use it in reserve, but why would you? I don't see any reason to do that. And it's just to pull in the howling cow, right? And that is pretty easy to pull in anyway. So just go as cheap as possible, and then that's it. A Puma, the Puma is a very good vehicle, and you're buying it inexperienced, which I've seen other people do. Maybe especially the Spanish and the Germans can sometimes in their meta have inexperienced tanks. I would normally never do that myself, but I do see a point of going as cheap as possible. And it is pretty cheap for a medium anti-tank gun. You're only paying 128 points, but you're still getting that -1 to shoot. Especially because you'll be moving most of the time, right? I think you should buy this regular. A Flampanzer, Flamingo, 130 points. This is a very good, very good vehicle. It has the front left arc flamethrower and the front right arc flamethrower. So basically it has 2 flamethrowers and an MMG. Although it does have that rule, multiple flamethrowers, where it can only shoot one of them at a time. But if one of them runs out, you can always use the other, right? So the Flamingo, and it's even better because one of the problems of having a flamer tank is quite often that you'll have a limited arc of fire, right? But with this, you double the arc. So it's very, very good. The turret-mounted MMG is also a good thing. So I like the Flampanzer. It's a really good little vehicle. And then comes the truck, as I predicted, to throw up the Storm Pioneers. Now, I think that there is too little to push in this list. Let's see what the other list has. But for me, in this list, it needs more capability, something more that's threatening and that can push up. And then you can go down on some of the infantry if you want to. You can cut them down so that they're not that strong. You can even cut down the mortar team if you want to. I hope you did well, though, because it is a good list, and there are many good competitive choices with this list. So that was Tobias's first list. Cheers.